You're listening to Systemic Error Podcast. The failure was designed.
MAGA is ramping up a high-tech assault. And it's working, based on an article by Alex Henderson. AI Slop is MAGA propaganda department. What the story shows. Alice E. Marwick's piece, as summarized here, makes one useful point. The right is not waiting to be fooled by AI. It is actively using AI-generated images to glorify Trump, humiliate Democrats, and manufacture visual evidence for claims that would collapse under actual scrutiny. Power is the point. The people with institutional power are not the victims of this system. They are the ones deploying it. Marwick says the Trump administration has used AI imagery to the hilt, and that matters, because propaganda is not some fringe hobby when it is coming from governing actors and movement elites. This is not random internet nonsense drifting upward into politics. It is politics. The key decision makers are Trump and his MAGA allies, along with the influencers and operatives who circulate this material. They are using synthetic images as a cheap, repeatable way to turn ideology into spectacle. Lies without a camera. The article gets closest to the truth when it names the function of Gen AI. It solves a specific problem for propagandists. Some lies have no real photograph to accompany them because the event never happened. AI fills that gap with fake visual proof that feels emotionally legible even when it is technically absurd. That is not confusion. That is not sloppy messaging. It is deliberate fabrication designed to give menace, glamour, and plausibility to claims that need none of those things to spread inside a loyal audience. The hero worship machine. Marwick's examples are blunt. Trump as Superman, Jesus, a Jedi, the Pope, a boxer, a warrior, a football player. The visual grammar is obvious. It is not persuasion by argument. It is devotional branding. And the point is not only to elevate Trump, it is to flatten his opponents into a gallery of enemies: Obama, Warren, Ocasio-Cortez, Clinton, and other familiar targets of right-wing resentment. The technology does not create the politics. It accelerates a pre-existing authoritarian imagination that wants a savior and a pile of scapegoats. The misdirection. This is where weak framing often starts to fail. Too many AI stories treat synthetic media as a neutral danger, as if both sides are equally tempted by a new toy. The source resists that false balance, and it should. The asymmetry matters. Marwick notes that Republicans and Democrats may be growing suspicious of AI at roughly the same pace, but the right has embraced AI slop as a political weapon far more aggressively. That is the story. The problem is not abstract technological confusion. The problem is one political movement using garbage aesthetics to launder domination into normalcy. The real lesson: AI slopaganda is a style of rule. It trains supporters to accept fabrication, reward humiliation, and experience politics as a stream of manufactured images rather than a contest over material power. That is why the footage can be crude and still work. It does not need to be good. It only needs to be useful. The larger pattern is simple. Authoritarian politics does not merely lie. It builds an environment where lies become the visual language of loyalty. You've been listening to Systemic Error. Thanks to Alternet for today's article. With the automated voice of Marcus, thanks for listening.